I never expected to become the center of attention in a hall filled with alien aristocrats, towering beings draped in shimmering fabrics, their bioluminescent skin glowing like constellations. Yet there I stood, frozen, while the words echoed across the grand hall of Vyrkale. He should have been my husband. The speaker was Princess Silari of the Keeler Dominion, one of the most powerful alien empires in the Orion Belt. She stood at the foot of the throne steps, her silver-white hair floating like mist, her amethyst eyes locked onto me with an intensity that made every dignitary in the hall gasp. And me. I was just Ethan Ward, an engineer from Earth, someone who had no business being here, let alone being accused or claimed as someone's rightful husband. But to understand how it came to this, we have to go back 3 months, back to when my life was still ordinary. Beginning. I had joined the Earth-Keeler exchange program as a technical specialist, a job that promised 3 things: good pay, low risk, and a chance to work with the most advanced alien tech in the galaxy. The Keeler Dominion was peaceful, elegant, and extremely selective about their allies. Humans fascinated them, mostly because we were unpredictable, a trait they saw as both a danger and a curiosity. During my orientation, I was warned about one particular figure. Princess Silari Kael'thira, third heir to the throne, renowned diplomat, feared strategist, and infamous for rejecting every arranged courting ceremony in the Dominion. She is polite, my supervisor had said, but intense. Avoid drawing her personal interest. At the time, I had laughed. Intensity was normal in high-ranking officials. Nothing about that worried me. Then I met her. Our first encounter happened in an engine lab where I was recalibrating a Keeler graviton core. Most aliens kept their distance from human tech methods. But she stepped forward, curious, bold, and strangely amused. "You work without fear," she observed. I shrugged. "If something explodes, that's tomorrow's problem." She smiled. Keeler smiles are rare. Seeing one feels like witnessing a star being born. "I will remember that," she said. And she did. Over the next weeks, she requested my presence during inspections, scientific councils, and field demonstrations. Sometimes she just wanted to ask about human culture, what foods we enjoyed, what music we listened to, how our families were structured. Other times, she watched me quietly, as if studying something she couldn't quite understand. I assumed she was simply fascinated with humans in general. It never crossed my mind that she might be interested in me. The misunderstanding began during the Festival of Constellations, a massive celebration honoring Keeler myths of creation. I had been invited as part of the Earth delegation. The moment I arrived, Silari appeared beside me, offering her arm, a symbolic gesture of high honor, reserved for companions of status. I hesitated, uncertain if taking her arm was appropriate. She regarded me coolly. Is Earth unaccustomed to accepting respect? Heat rushed to my face. I stammered, "No, it's just I didn't realize." So I accepted. Aliens whispered around us. I assumed it was because I was a human standing beside royalty. I was wrong. It was the first sign of something much larger. During the festival, she introduced me to council members with a phrase that puzzled me. Ethan of Earth, the one who chooses his own path. Always said with a tone that hinted at admiration, and something else. When I asked her what it meant, she merely replied, "You will understand soon." But soon came faster than either of us wanted. Middle. The political tension began when the Dominion prepared for the bonding ceremony of the heirs, a grand event where alliances were formed through arranged unions. Rumors swirled that Silari would finally be paired with a suitor likely from the powerful Vryn coalition. She seemed unaffected, though her visits to the labs increased. She lingered longer. She asked more questions about human emotions, marriage, free choice. One evening, while I was finishing a report, She approached me with uncharacteristic uncertainty. Ethan, on Earth, how do you choose who you join your life with? Her voice was softer than usual. I set my datapad down. Most people look for someone they care about. Someone they trust. Someone who sees them, not their status. Her eyes lowered. That sounds rare. It is, I admitted. But when it happens, it's real. That conversation changed something between us. I could feel it, like a silent current pulling us closer. But I refused to assume anything. After all, she was a princess, and I was an engineer. Whatever bond one felt forming was probably one-sided or simply a misunderstanding caused by cultural differences. Then came the night everything shattered. Princess Silari's arranged suitor, Lord Varin of the Viawan coalition, arrived earlier than expected. He demanded a private meeting with her. Word around the palace spread that he insulted her, accusing her of stalling the union because she was emotionally compromised by a human. By morning, the entire Dominion knew. By noon, I was summoned to the Grand Hall. Hundreds gathered, nobles, ambassadors, soldiers, scholars, everyone wanting to witness how the scandal would unfold. When I arrived, I spotted Silari at the center, standing tall, composed, but her eyes were burning. Lord Varin stepped forward, pointing at me dramatically. This human has clouded your judgment, Princess. You delay the ceremony because of him. Gasps echoed across the hall. I opened my mouth to protest, but Silari raised a hand, silencing me. Her voice was calm, but charged with power. You misunderstand, Varin. The problem is not that a human exists. The problem is that you assume I would ever choose you. He snarled. Then whom would you choose? She didn't look at him. She looked at me. Her eyes softened, something I had never seen so openly displayed. All eyes turned to me, she said, her voice ringing across the hall, when they should have turned to him from the beginning. The hall fell silent. Then she delivered the sentence that changed my fate forever. He should have been my husband. Every noble, every official, every soldier turned to stare at me. Some looked shocked. Some furious. Some intrigued. I felt my heart stop. Not just from the unexpected claim, but from the realization that she meant it. She had chosen me. A human. The hall erupted. Arguments broke out. Varin shouted accusations of manipulation. The Queen Mother raised her staff to restore order. Silence. The hall quieted instantly. Her gaze landed on me. Heavy. Piercing. Measuring. Human, she said, step forward. My legs obeyed before my brain did. I approached the throne, heart pounding. You stand accused of interfering with royal duty, she announced. But you are also the subject of a claim of intent. Do you contest this? My mind swirled. If I denied it, Silari would be humiliated, possibly punished. If I accepted it, I would be entangled in alien politics, expectations, and probably danger. I looked at her. Her expression was steady, but in her eyes, I saw fear. Not fear of scandal, fear of losing something. Losing me. In that moment, everything became clear. The long conversations. The quiet moments. The lingering looks. Her fascination wasn't with humans. It was with me. I breathed slowly. I don't contest it, I said. A wave of shock rolled across the room. Silari's eyes widened, just slightly, but her entire aura brightened, glowing faintly with the Keeler equivalent of happiness. The Queen Mother exhaled heavily. So be it. But nothing in the Dominion was that simple. By tradition, a claim of this magnitude required a trial of truth, a formal test to determine whether the bond was real or fabricated. We were ordered to complete a series of trials. Mental resonance compatibility, emotional synchrony testing, decision path alignment simulations. And the most important one, the shared choice trial, where both individuals made decisions under pressure to evaluate trust. The tests took days. To everyone's astonishment, including ours, we passed all of them. Not perfectly, but strongly enough to prove the connection was genuine. And during those trials, we grew even closer. We laughed. We argued. We supported each other. We talked about fears, hopes, futures. During the final night before the results were announced, she whispered to me, "You changed my world, Ethan. Before you, I lived for duty. Now, I live for choice." I didn't have a response. But my silence said everything. Ending. When the council announced we had passed, the hall erupted, this time with mixed reactions. Some celebrated the union as a symbol of interspecies progress. Others condemned it as reckless, dangerous, even scandalous. But the decision was final. Princess Silari Kael'Thyra was officially permitted to choose her partner. A week later, during the renewal ceremony, a massive galactic broadcast where alliances and shifts in leadership were announced, Silari stepped onto the illuminated platform. I stood beside her, nervous but steady. She addressed the galaxy with calm authority. In a universe of trillions, choice is rare. Connection is rarer. I choose Ethan Ward of Earth, not out of rebellion, but out of truth. Cameras across 100 systems turned to me. I swallowed hard. She reached for my hand. Her grip was warm, certain. The hall erupted in cheers, debates, confusion, but one thing was clear. The Dominion would never be the same. Later, when the ceremony ended, she led me to the balcony overlooking the star-filled horizon. "You handled today well," she said softly. I laughed. "I think I aged 10 years. She smirked. "Humans age quickly anyway." I raised an eyebrow. "Are you teasing me, princess?" She stepped closer, her voice lowering. "If we are to build a life together, Ethan, you may call me Silari." I felt my chest tighten. And what should I call myself? She took my hand again, her amethyst eyes glowing gently. My partner. My equal. The one I chose. Below us, the galaxy shimmered. Above us, the stars glowed. Between us, the future unfolded uncertain, challenging, extraordinary. And as the wind carried the distant echoes of celebration, she whispered, "You should have been my husband, long before the galaxy knew." I smiled. "Then it's a good thing we have a lifetime ahead of us." And together, we stepped into a new destiny, one forged not by tradition, but by choice, courage, and a bond powerful enough to unite two worlds.